Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about being consciously incompetent and consciously competent. I'm probably not gonna hit much on unconsciously competent because, as my belief, I don't think we can attain to that level of competence while we are here on this earth. However, I think we're all struggling with being consciously incompetent and consciously competent, trying to go from one to the other, going from unconsciously incompetent to consciously incompetent to consciously competent. I think we're all probably struggling to make it to one area. And when we think we are at one area, a lot of times things come into our life that may throw us down into some other situation. And I've been thinking a lot about how can I go from being consciously incompetent to being consciously competent. How can I go from one to the other? And I thought a lot about that. And I think the this goes back to the other process that I was talking about. I think the morning stage would bring us from the unconsciously incompetent to the consciously incompetent stage. I think we've got to separate those two stages and see where we are. And morning is the first step to bringing us out of being unconsciously incompetent to where we don't know that something is wrong. And when we are in that second stage, then we need to find community. We need to affirm ourselves with words, and we need to be putting good stuff in and not getting garbage out. We need to put good stuff in so we get good stuff out. We don't want to put garbage in so we get garbage out. GIGO. We don't want that. And so how do we get to that place? Well, I think it is extremely important to surround yourself with godly people who are going to pour into your life. And so, for instance, this may look like going to a youth group, going to a church, going to a young adults group. Maybe you're not ready for those kinds of things with that many people yet. Maybe you need to just start off by seeing a counselor and doing that alone. I highly recommend going to see a counselor even when you do other things like a young adults group or a church service or a youth group. I highly recommend that. I've done that myself, and I still am doing that. I really enjoy having that community around me, and so it's not only that I'm giving myself the words of affirmation, it's that the other people can give words of affirmation to me as well. If you're just thinking thoughts that are degrading, that are demoralizing, then you are much more likely to fall into a sad and depressed state, and that's not helpful. That's counterintuitive to the issue that we want to fix. So speaking those words, those affirmative words over your life are so important. they're key to whatever stage you're in, however you feel. And so as we try and get to the consciously competent, we feel like, oh man, this is such a struggle. What are you surrounding yourself with? What are the kinds of people that are active in your life? Are they people that build you up, or are they people that tear you down? And if they're people that tear you down, you probably need to find some people who are going to speak affirmatively into your life. Now, we don't want to just kick the people entirely to the curb that are tearing you down, but speak to them in love. Let them know how you feel. Let them know how they are making you feel. And speak to them in love. Jesus said that we are meant to be in the world, but we are not meant to be of the world. We should talk to those people. We should tell them how we are feeling. This isn't something that we stray away from. We don't touch because it has the potential to hurt us. There are a lot of things in life that have the potential to harm us, injure us, hurt us, break our heart, and we are not meant to stay locked in a padded room for all of our lives. We are meant to be in the world, but not of the world. Not do what the world does. Those things may come into our lives, and we may be saddened by them. We may be hurt by them, but we cannot create a wall around us and say, no more, I'm done with that. Nope, I'm not doing that. And now if it's something in your life like an addiction or something else like that, that is something you need to say no to. If it's sin in your life, you need to say no to that, because that is something that will damage the relationship you have with your Creator. I just want you to keep those steps in mind and practice them. Put them into practice. Don't let them just be words. James talks about the man who hears these things and does not put them into practice. It's like a man who looks in a mirror, and when he leaves, he immediately forgets what he's just seen. So I don't want you to just turn away and forget what you've seen. I want you to put this in practice, because I struggle with my depression, with my loneliness, with myself, and I know that many other people do as well, and I don't want that to continue to be an issue. And I feel if we truly run after the Lord, that He will cleanse us from that. He will take those things away from us if we truly run after Him.